we're talking about the increased number of people getting divorced over the age of 50. Maybe you're on the singles market at the moment and you're in your 50s, your 60s, maybe even your 70s. Do give us a call. That's what we're talking about at the moment. What's it like then being on the market, as it were, over the age of 50? Sharon Kell is the owner of Coco Moon, which is an introductions agency. Sharon's on the line to me now. Morning, Sharon.
Good morning.
So you will have seen an increase in business, presumably, with the over 50s.
We have. We're seeing an increase in January, unfortunately, every year. But certainly we're seeing our members getting older and more comfortable to make lifestyle choices as they mature, some of which result in them being single again, whether they've been married or not, and keen to move on with their life and potentially meet somebody new.
I mean, I can understand why there's an increase in people wanting to get divorced in January, but surely they're not straight to you and the introductions agency.
We have lots of different scenarios, actually. We have people who've been on their own for decades, or people who've never been married, actually, or people who are newly split up. And whilst we can all be judgmental, the time differs for different people. You may have been in a marriage for a long time or a relationship for a long time and lived separate lives. So the actual separation is an event, but you may have lived separately for a long, long time building up to that, so therefore feel ready to move on. So there's no right or wrong time, really, a gap between going out of one relationship into another, because everybody's relationships differ.
Yeah, so I wonder what it's like then, being on the singles market in your 50s. Because, I mean, technically, it's a very different thing, isn't it, to dating in your 20s. You should be more confident.
Often that's not the case. I think often people feel that they're out of touch. It may be an awful long time since they've gone out with the opposite sex, and they might feel quite intimidated, or feel a little bit old-fashioned in their approach, or lack confidence. Albeit a lot of our people have very successful careers, they often feel quite vulnerable in their personal life, actually. So whilst we might all believe that being in your 50s, 40s, 50s, or whatever your age brings with it benefits, which it does, often the downside of that is they feel a little bit disconnected from what they perceive as the younger world who are looking for a partner.
So how many marriages do you have then as a result of your introductions?
We've had seven weddings. And lots more work in progress. A lot of our people tell us they won't marry again, and I'm sure some of them won't, even though they've met the right person to spend the rest of their life with. But equally, a lot of our members are keen to marry again, or for the first time.
Yeah, and how many of the people that you deal with are seeking a relationship or ultimately seeking marriage because they're lonely? You know, I'm just wondering whether it's a good idea to get married for companionship.
Mm-hmm. I think that forms part of it. We do miss the opposite sex in our lives. They bring a different dimension to our daily living. It's great to go home and share the trials and tribulations of life with that somebody special. So I certainly think loneliness plays a big part. We encourage our members to fill their lives in other ways, because a partner can't fulfill you in every way, shape or form. They can add to your happiness. But if there's gaps in your life and you feel unfulfilled, or maybe you're not doing enough, or you don't have enough interests, a partner isn't going to fill that gap, actually. And so we do encourage our members to have stuff going on in their lives if that's what they feel is the right thing to do, as well as actively seeking a new partner.
Sharon, thank you very much. Sharon Kell, the owner of Coco Moon, which is an introductions agency.